What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with a great man Sauce. How you going?
Good, mate. Good. Going very, very well. It's it's been a pretty cruisy week. Bit of hot weather. This seems like the summer's extending out a bit. Probably come at the wrong time, not when a lot of people are on holidays, which is unfortunate. But what can you do?
Actually be able to go to the beach, mate, when it's warm. You would have thought, but anyway. Welcome to Vincent in the chat, James in the chat, Matty Cam's in the chat, Julio Chich 3 Prime 1. I can give a bit of background to that. So my cousin played on Prime Train in the International Cup on the weekend. You know, Prime Train is, and he
Prime Train,
yeah. He towed him up. Come on, mate. Team Italy against the what is it? The Allies. He was playing for the Allies. My cousin was playing for Team Italy, of course. Come on, mate. Like,
who won the cup in the end?
I don't know who won it, but Lebanon beat them to make it to the granny against Malta. So it was either Lebanon or Malta, mate. They got the job done. So, not sure. I lost interest when Italy didn't make it. It was a bit reminiscent of the soccer too. Didn't make finals, all that type of stuff. I was getting flashbacks when they lost. I was like, I've got to get out of here. I've seen enough, mate.
Got to get out of here, mate. Yeah, enough.
I'll probably jinx the team too. I wore my Budgel top. You know, he missed the penalty. It was all.
Don't tell me you said someone's missed one right 10 meters out, right in front, mate.
No. You know what? I was there to watch two boys play because I knew that one was my cousin and one was he's a family friend, and they were the two best players. Or two of the better players. They're probably in the top 5 best players. There's 2 others that were really good, so as well. But they just dominated in the midfield. It was great to watch, and they were kicking goals, and it was elite. So it was a good little thing that they had. Malta won. There you go. Flogs. Hello, Magda. Welcome to the show. We'll get straight into it. Usual card. No NBA this week. They're just easing back in from, of course, the All-Star break. So I'm not going to really waste any time on that. We're going to get straight into the EPL. AFL will go through the last 6 teams. The Supercoach League is ready, Sauce.
It's up and running.
It is up and running.
Get ready. If you're listening live, we'll obviously call out the code.
I'll drop the code.
We'll drop the code and then we'll share it on our socials for the league to fill out. But Dom has gone with the standard head-to-head league. They've got something new this year, Dom, you mentioned, which was, what was it?
Oh, it's just like an unlimited one, and there's no head-to-head. So I was like,
it's more fun when they're head-to-head because then you can talk shit to the other person on Instagram or across socials for the next week when you beat them head-to-head. So I think it's more fun that way. But obviously, limited 20 spots. If we ever have more interest and we can fill up a second league, like by all means, we would make a second league. But we can get the one league filled up. It will be amazing. So if you got the Super Coach, if you do Super Coach, get ready because we're going to give the code a little bit later in the show.
Definitely. All right, we're going to go straight to the EPL Sauce. Let's get into the games. We had Liverpool defeating Luton 4-1. Man United at home.
Dom, I thought you were going to win this game. I put you in me multi and you stuffed me. What have you got to say for yourselves? You were on 5 games in a row you'd won. Before that,
apparently it was I didn't get up and watch it, so I'll be honest with you.
At home.
I'll tell you what, I was being honest. Mate, we made the Sulgo on Sunday, so I couldn't afford to stay up, watch that game, go to bed, and get 2 hours sleep, and then
fair enough.
Go and do the Sulgo. But I'll tell you one thing. I saw my uncle on Sunday, and he's a Man United supporter. He's like, "What happened to United?" I said to him, "All I can tell you is one thing. I got up this morning and watched that losing in the 97th minute by a goal from Iwobi. I probably would have thrown the remote through my television.
Ex-Arsenal man.
I'm serious. I genuinely would have thrown it through the television.
You would have had some explaining to do to the wife, which you woke up with a broken 65-inch screen on there.
Yeah, it's got a JB and buy another one. That's what I would have said. Like it's smashed.
And I might have been giving you another lemon on this show.
Yeah, I would have been sleeping in your spare room, mate, at your place. I'll tell you that much. Right in the garage. Putting Man U in a multi, better give your money to me, says Vincent.
Oh, Vincent, come on. They'd won 5 games in a row. They're versing Fulham at home. Come on.
Man, you know, I left too much space in behind. They suck. Adam, welcome to the show. Anyway, rumor is I don't like any rumors that are linked with United because it's all bullshit. I don't know if you saw the one Ferdinand this morning talking about Arteta.
You're getting Mbappe as well. Haven't you heard that one too? Mbappe is coming to United.
He's already going to Madrid. I don't know what the hell these idiots are on about. Like, come on, man. No one's coming to play for us.
They link everyone with you, Dom. Everyone's you're linked with everyone.
Yeah, and then we get Amrabat and bloody. Anyway,
pretty good signing, Amrabat.
He doesn't play. What are you talking about? I get more minutes on a Saturday than Amrabat's had bloody all season for United.
He was playing when you had all the injuries.
Yeah, well, how did we go then? Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. So we're no good. We suck. Everyone needs to just calm down if you're a United supporter.
Can you make Champions League?
Oh, we probably
Still
could.
Within realms.
I don't know what for. It's a waste of a spot. It's a buy, pretty much. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe got interviewed during the week, and he actually told the supporters, you need to be patient for 3 years. Minimum. He was honest. He didn't say, oh, yeah, next year. He said, no, 3 years. He goes, we're so far behind the top clubs to think that we're going to turn it around in a year is... Yeah. And funnily enough, they asked him questions about Ten Hag, and he was reluctant to give anyone praise. He didn't give him any praise. He just said, oh, it's a results-driven business. That's all it is. So who knows what's going to happen there? Who knows? Mbappe will save United. No, well, he won't save United, and at the same time, he'll ruin his legacy. He might as well have stayed in the French league than come to United. So... Go play Madrid. Go win a Ballon d'Or next year, and happy days.
Yeah, look. As far as that story is, it's literally Madrid 95%, and then you have like the other 5%. I think funny enough, the other club that has been mentioned is Arsenal because he wouldn't mind following the footsteps of the great Thierry Henry, one of the greatest French players of all time. Worries, mate. I can guarantee you it won't happen. It will not happen. He's going to Madrid. It's just a matter of time before what they work out. They're in such a good financial position as well to pay him. I don't know if you've read any articles on that. I mean, the way they've managed their books, they're unlike like their rivals Barcelona, who just are in absolute shambles with their
Barcelona's
books.
So finished. Yeah, because they paid the refs too much money when Messi was there, mate. They got nothing left. They ruined it for the future generations. So it happens when you have the refs on the payroll.
Oh, wow.
Well, what can I say? They slapped up massively.
I'm not saying anything. If you do your research, ladies and gentlemen, on that period of time in football, there was a bit of shady business going on in that Spanish league.
Well, they weren't smart enough like Man City and just cheat pretty much. Do everything that Everton and Nottingham has done, but not get any points deducted. How funny is that? Everything that they have done, Man City has done, and they've got docked 0 points. Just think about that.
That Qatar World Cup, baby. That Qatar World Cup, that money talk. Come on, Dom. We know how the world works. We know what it's all about.
Bro, I spoke to someone today, bro.
Just so much money off.
Bro, me and my mate almost came to blows at the gym today because he was telling me that he goes, "Oh, what a beautiful script it was for Argentina in that World Cup. They played so well and they were beating everyone." And Messi, I just said, "Excuse me." I said, beautiful script or actually scripted? Like, which one are you going with here? He goes, oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I said, mate, everyone's carrying on like Rodrigo de Paul's like the greatest player of all time, and Mac Allister are all these absolute legends. And like, what have they done? Like, Mac Allister's been average at Liverpool. He hasn't been like, and where's Rodrigo de Paul, mate?
He plays
What's he doing?
Madrid.
I know that. I'm aware. But, and your mate there that was playing fullback for Argentina, what was his name? You hated him. You couldn't stand him.
So many fouls.
He's so shit. How that guy has a World Cup is beyond me. He's so shit. And Lautaro Martinez has a World Cup, bro, and he missed that many bloody bunny goals in that tournament. It's ridiculous. Lucky they had guys like Julian Alvarez in there that's better than him.
Lucky they had VAR.
And the refs and the Saudi sheiks and the Qatari prince or whoever it is and Infantino. Oh, fuck. It's so funny. Anyway, besides the point on the script, let's get back to the Premier League. The league that those guys can't play in. Crystal Palace 3-0 over Burnley. Brighton 1-1 with Everton. Aston Villa smashing on them 4-2. Man City get another 1-0 win over Bournemouth. Arsenal spank Newcastle 4-1. Good win there. Wolves 1-0 over Sheffield. And West Ham defeated Brentford this morning 4-2. Saucy. Upcoming fixtures. Come on. I'm lagging so much. Brentford, Chelsea. This is on the 3rd. When's the 3rd? 3rd's on Saturday. I should check that. Let's double check it so I can give you the correct. I think it's Saturday. The 3rd is Sunday morning at 2 a.m. is Brentford, Chelsea, Everton, West Ham, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle, Wolves, Nottingham, Liverpool, Tottenham, Palace, Luton, Villa, and then Sunday midnight, Burnley, Bournemouth. Bro, I have to get up at 2:30 in the morning on Monday. Man City versus Man United. The derby. At the Etihad. I'll probably have to put self-inflict some pain to watch us get absolutely slapped. And then Sheffield Arsenal at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. That's a great time. 7 a.m. Get up and watch the Gunners. Very nice. Let's move on to the Saudi League, the best league in the world. Top 5, according to Ronaldo. I say it every week. Al Tawun 3-1 over Al Aqdoud. Al Riyadh 1-1 with Al Rayed. Al Fateh and Damak 1-1. Al Ali 4-1 over Al Tay. Al Hazem 1-1 with Al Khalij. Al Fayar 3-2 over Arba. Al Shabab lose to Al Nassr 3-2. We can talk about that game in a second. Al Ettifaq lose to Al Hilal 2-0 and Al Ittihad defeat Al Wada 2-1. Al Hilal are home, mind you. They're not losing. Yeah. The only team that can stop them is Al Nassr, and they've lost to them twice. So, yeah. I don't know if you saw the Ronaldo stuff. It was so funny. He's actually under investigation from the Saudi Pro League source.
I did see this. For his gesture. These ones.
Yeah.
Something like that, whatever.
He's in a lot of trouble, man. He's telling him to suck it. It was very funny. They're chanting Messi the whole time at him, and he just got to him because they were down, and then Talisca kicked the winner, and then Ronaldo just gave it to their fans. He's like, I can't hear you. What were you saying? And then he's like, suck it. He's doing some DX stuff, mate. It was so funny. So, yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. Ronaldo is on fire in the Saudi League. Hard not to be, said Cardladder. Yeah, that's fair. Did you see speed tackle Kaka from behind in the charity match? Yes, he almost broke a legend's ankles. He said he got all bald, mate.
Honestly, if you actually injured one of the greats, Kaka, in a charity game, you might have to cop one of the biggest lemons of all time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, that was very, very funny. The other thing, Messi's on the scoreboard. He scored against LA Galaxy. They drew 1-1, but he scored one, assisted one. Now, if you remember, pre this season starting, I said he'd kick 40 plus goals this season in the MLS. We'll see if he can get there and have around about 30 assists playing in the MLS. So he's on his way. He's 2 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. There's going to be games where he's going to kick hat tricks, that's for sure. So he's playing really well. All the other guys aren't playing well. That's the problem for him. So all his mates that he brought in have been stinking up the place. So that's the problem. Like all the guys Ronaldo brought in in the Saudi League have been killing it. So the team's been really good. And anyway.
Mate, it's just a one big Espanol reunion over there for all his mates that he met playing in Spain, this and that. Mate, he's just bringing them over, mate. And then every night they have a nice fiesta, private chefs, this and that, nice vino. He brought it over from Spain.
Will Smith was at his last game.
Yeah,
lucky to get slapped by Will Smith.
It's just, it's just gonna be.
Bro, walked out with bro. It's actually a farce. Like he's walking out with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West kid. Like before the LA Galaxy game, and like he's one of the little boys that walks out with them, and it's like it's actually farcical. Like that all these people are now interested in like in soccer. They're like as Messi. It's like it's farcical. You didn't go for David Beckham.
It does for the game, mate. It just brings the attention to the league.
This is what I love. I love this shit. I love this shit. I love this shit. If your name is Messi and you're not kicking a hat-trick every game, you're finished. Just saying, he's 4 years younger than Ronaldo. Ronaldo kicked 100 goals in the Serie A at 35, so... Kim K is the biggest wag going around, man. She runs into Miami. Don't worry about David Beckham. She runs it. She's got enough silicon in her ass that's worth more than Inter Miami. Don't you worry about that. Let's get to the games this week. We've got Al Wahda versus Al Tawun, Al Raed versus Al Fayha, Al Nassr versus Al Hazem, Abba versus Al Tay, Al Akdur Al Riyadh. Good game this week. This is one, if you want to make the Saudi Pro League interesting, Al Ittihad versus Al Hilal. Al Ittihad need to win this game or at least get a result. A draw. So that's a big game there. That's on the that's Saturday morning at 4 a.m. Al Khalij versus Al Shabab, Damak versus Al Ettifaq, and Al Ali versus Al Fateh. Those are the Saudi League games. And last but not least, Source, we had some Champions League games come up while the Thursday games last week. So we'll get to those results. If it wants to load, I'm lagging like crazy. I've got that many things open.
You should have told me I could have had them open.
Here, he's just going in on him. No, he's going to come good, man. Like, he's going to kick 40 goals. Like, and I was honest when I gave that feedback. I said he's one of the greats. I did give him credit when I said it. I said he's going to kill it. Like, he'll dominate. And he should. Rightly so, he should. So... the results were we spoke about your mob losing, didn't we? Oh no, we didn't.
I think so.
We had PSV and Dortmund 1-1. Inter defeated Atletico. That's with Rodrigo de Paul. Inter beat them 1-0. Napoli and Barcelona 1-1, and then the specialty from FC Porto getting the 1-0 win over Arsenal. And I'm just going to ask you, Source, how do you feel?
Terrible.
It was actually embarrassing.
A shocking game. We actually played terrible. Credit to them because they had a good game plan, sit back, make the spaces tight, stay compact, and obviously hit on the counter attack, and then to cop that goal, literally the last kick of the game, and absolutely a great finish. But like the way we also gave away the ball in that part of in that part of the game and just didn't see it out, because a 0-0 draw, you go back home, you have confidence that you get the job done in the second leg. But now you're obviously starting a goal down. So we have it all to do in the second leg, which we can if we play the same manner and fashion that we played against Newcastle, where we beat them 4-1. We should be able to get the job done in the second leg. But yeah, wasn't a good performance. So we bounced back well against Newcastle in the following
MLS
game.
is getting battered in the comments, mate. Magda says Messi is still my GOAT. Jules says I could dominate in the MLS. I don't think so, but anyway, there are some average plays. All right, so let's keep pushing on. That's it for the World Game. Hopefully you can bounce back in this second leg against Porto and get the job done at home at the Emirates.
We'll see.
So we'll see what happens. It is back, Sauce. Drive to Survive is back. I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about Formula One in general. Because I was telling Sauce as we came onto this, before we came onto this show, it is literally Drive to Survive. There is 13, Sauce, and ladies and gentlemen, of the drivers on the grid that are all out of contract at the end of 2024. 13 of the 20 drivers are out of contract. It is literally Drive to Survive.
And changing at the end of the season.
And as we know, the biggest seat on the market is the Mercedes number. Is it going to be the number 1 seat or the number 2 seat? But that seat there, we know, is on the market, and that is hot property. Because we know Lewis Hamilton's gone, and we know for a fact that Carlos Sainz is one of those guys out of contract that does not have a home yet for 2025. Because Leclerc signed. They're done and dusted. Leclerc and Hamilton have signed. That's Ferrari for 2025. Sainz has nowhere to go in 25 as of yet. So there'll be a lot of interest.
Mercedes.
I don't know. It depends on performance. And you got to remember, Mercedes Source, they got the driver academy and stuff and guys coming through that system. The rumor is Esteban Ocon, who is out of contract, will take that spot and drive with George Russell.
I think they have enough confidence to obviously give George Russell like a fair push. He's shown that he can be quite consistent. I mean, especially the car they put out last season, which wasn't the most competitive car, and he was doing really, really well in it and getting, podiums and top 5 finishes. So it'll be interesting to see. I just want to see how it plays out through this season. What do they do? What does Mercedes do? Do they give 100% effort to Lewis and his car, knowing he's leaving at the end of the season?
You got to develop George. Don't worry about Lewis Hamilton, man. No, seriously. I already told you my feelings on it. You'll go to Ferrari. He's going to win, Source. And then we'll be in a fortunate position. You'll be in a fortunate position, ladies and gentlemen, if you were born, like if you're our age and you're born in the 90s, you'll be in a fortunate position that you're going to see another GOAT emerge in a sport and see GOATs get eclipsed by GOATs. Where we grew up watching Schumacher, and I'm telling you, if he wins a Ferrari, he's number 1. You can't make a case for it. Like, it's going to be very, very, very hard. You can't make a case for it. I don't care. Like, there's more races, this, that. But I don't care. That you can't make a case for it at all. So, yeah, he becomes the GOAT if he can win it. But there's a lot on the line. I think Sergio Perez is one of the drivers out of contract also. I've got a list of them here.
Is Danny Rick on the grid?
Yeah, Danny Rick, man. He's driving for the Super Stake Sauber Superstar AlphaTauri, whatever the hell they're called now.
Yeah,
Stake, I think. I think so. I think that's who he's driving for. Carlos Sainz. Sergio Perez is out of contract. It's got Charles Leclerc here, but he signed. So it's got Perez, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, Logan Sargent. That's a give or take. He probably just re-signs there. Daniel Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas out of contract. Could he go back to Mercedes? Zhou Guan Yu, Kevin Magnussen, and Nico Hulkenberg. And it says AlphaTauri here. So I'm assuming that's meant to be Yuki Tsunoda. He's meant to be that one there.
Correct.
So,
interesting.
And race 1 is this weekend, Source. Bahrain, Sunday. It is Sunday, 2 a.m. So it's not a Monday morning special. We've got a Sunday morning race.
Oh.
So I'll be up.
So
it could
there's
potentially being off the grid. There could be potential off the grid running. Yeah. 2 a.m. special. Can link it up, ladies and gents. You can have the F1 on the big screen if you've got an iPad or split screen or wherever. There's plenty of EPL on too on Saturday morning. So, smorgasbord of sports Source heading into the weekend. All right. Let's keep moving on. So that's Sunday, the 3rd of March, 2 a.m. Australian time. I think shit itself. I'm trying to get this preview up. I can only get 2 of the 6 previews. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's go to the Pies. The reigning premiers. We're in the AFL season. It's 9th of Feb. We're a week and a half away from it, Source. We're going to give our full rundown of where we think teams are going to finish, who we think is going to win the flag, all that Brownlow, you name it. We got it covered. Next week on Tuesday, be there or be square. We're giving it all. So as we lead into the season. Ins and outs, they got Jack Bytel. Not worried about any of that except for one guy that Collingwood signed in the offseason, and it could go down as probably the best signing in the offseason, Source, and that was Lachie Schultz from Fremantle. So your thoughts on the little man who was the leading goal kicker for Fremantle coming over to the Premiers to inject his talent into their forward line. He's a lot better than Jack Ginnivan.
Yeah, it's an upgrade on Ginnivan, that's for sure. So I don't see how the Pies get any worse. I feel like they're probably most likely a top 4 lock in my eyes. I think they kick off from where they left off last season, and they do really well, in my opinion. So, yeah, I they lose Taylor Adams. He goes out, but, they did most of the finals without him. So that's probably their only miss. Yeah, he was injured. As I said, Dom, before you walked off, I think they're top 4 locks in my eyes. I don't see how they don't finish in the top 4.
That's
and
fair.
They'll be right contesting again. They've got a good enough side. They play a great band of football. They're always within games. Even if they're going into the last within 5 goals. So yeah, look, they're going to be good again, and they'll be tough to beat. But it's always tough to go back to back. But mate, they got the players. They got the, I feel like they got the list. And they've probably now got the belief and the confidence to know that they can execute on the big stage.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going top 4 lock for them as well, Source. It's hard to go by a team that bolsters in positions. Obviously, McStay's coming back from that injury. He should be fine. Probably be back mid 24, I think. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Next one up is the team that they played in the grand final, Source. And there's the Brisbane Lions, who we gave them a lot of flack. But you know what? They made a grand final last year. So after falling short at home in multiple preliminary finals, they got to the big dance.
They put up a good show in that grand final. They obviously they got beaten in the end, but they played really, really well. They put it right up to the Pies on their home deck, where like a large majority of the fans were obviously on the Pies side, and look, they just fell short. So they'll be up there again. I feel like they'll be up there again. They haven't got any worse. I feel like, did they bring any players in, Doma?
Yeah, so they brought in Tom Duday from Adelaide, who's a great defender. So that just bolsters their backline, who's already there, made up with Harris Andrews, Who was the other guy who played really well in the grand final? Oh, I've gone blank. Caden Coleman. Is it Caden Coleman?
Yes, Coleman.
Yeah,
Yes,
played really well. So they lost Marcus Adams. Didn't really play. He retired. Nakia Cockatoo retired. Tom Fullerton got traded to Melbourne. Gunson got traded to Hawthorn. Reese Matheson delisted, and Daniel Rich retired. Jared Berry had some off-season stuff. McCluggage, Cork Quad, he'll be okay. Tom Doty will be in for round 3. And the guy that will be back, you got to remember, they also played a grand final without Will Ashcroft because he did his knee. So he'll be back mid-season as well. So you pretty much add him as an in for 2024. I think they're top 2. I potentially think they make the grand final again and they can actually win it. So that's just my personal opinion.
Well, excitement is high up in Brisbane, mate. Let me tell you, they're packing out stadiums
They worked it out.
They play a good brand of football. They were able to win games on the road last year, which was something that was, at the end of the day, it was the big knock on them, right, Doma? So they worked it out last year. So can they continue that on? That's the challenge for them. That's the challenge. Can they keep that road form? We know how good they are at the Gabba. I don't know. I think they've lost. They ended up losing one game there, or they didn't last year. In the end, I can't remember. I think they might have gone undefeated at home, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments, but they just have an unbelievable home record. So that's such an advantage. We know it's how they turn up in the away games, and can they compete? They did that last season. So yeah, look, I'm confident that they will make top 4. Brisbane. I just, their team hasn't gotten any worse. Obviously, if anyone gets hit with a bunch of injuries to key players, it's going to hurt their team and obviously hurt your chances to make it to that point. But they've shown that they're, guys are able to stay fit over periods of time. And when they do get a few injuries, they're able to plug some gaps and still win games. So, I expect Brisbane to be right up there again, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Next one up, we have GWS. So their ins, they're just draft picks coming in. Phil Davis retired. Matt Flynn, free agent, went to West Coast. Daniel Lloyd retired, and Cameron Fleeton got delisted. Same team going into next season. They played pretty well. You can't play a granny at the Gabba. Well, they did, and they lost. So, didn't they?
I was about to say it, Dom, but you beat me to the punchline.
They did. So that's why we never gave him any props, to be honest. Yeah, they did, and they lost. So I don't know. GWS. GWS. Yeah, I thought they were pretty good.
Top 8. Put them in there. Put them in there, top 8. I think,
Well, they were the surprise packet. Remember last year going into the season, everyone said they're going to be no good. And us 2 lemons that apparently know nothing, we said they're going to make the 8. Don't sleep on GWS. And lo and behold, they made a prelim source. So
I don't think people understand the academy system they've got up there at GWS and how actually really good it is. The pathway there and the way that they're able to bring new players through that academy system, pick them up in the drafts, and then just, obviously, just think about the amount of talent that's gone outbound from that team over the last 4 seasons. And they're still here, making top 8. I think they make top 8 again. They're good enough, and they still got, El Capitan there, Toby Green leading the way.
Yeah.
So he can win the game off his boot himself. So look, I think they get better. They had that. They found a new guy that was just an absolute contested beast. I forget his name that was playing for him last season. I forget his name, but he was just an absolute beast, and he was just getting clearances after clearance. So I think he will step off where he left off, and you got other guys that are, coming on. I think they make top 8. I don't think they can do anything more than that. I don't think they. I don't think they have the list to contend, but I think they will make top 8. They'll be up there.
We've got 3 more team source. This one is an interesting one, and it is Hawthorn. What's happening here? It's just a video for Hawthorn. Oops. I haven't got any. Well, they've got the top round 1. Yeah, well, that's a toilet bowl game. It's going to make either one of those teams look so much better than they actually are. No, it really is. There's going to be a lot of false hope is going to be sold in that football game to supporter bases, and a lot of them are going to have the lid off after round 1 because there's absolutely no scope at all in terms of patience. Like, they're just like, wow, we're into it. Look at this guy. He dominated. Oh, we got this guy. We signed him. He's a freak. It's like, come on, bro. If you're beating a bottom 4 side, then, like, the way Essendon played that practice game, they look like a bottom 2 side. That's how bad they played. So,
yeah, let's just hope that was exactly what you said. Practice game. Practice.
Exactly
practice.
Right. I think this
getting slapped.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. I think they don't make finals. That's for sure. Do they improve? We saw some decent stuff on the back end.
Still a long way to go.
They got a long way to go.
I feel like, obviously they brought Gunston in. He's going to be like a senior, coaching sort of, advising role in that sort of situation. He might not play every game, and it'll be a lot of, transitioning his career to maybe coaching eventually. Especially you need to get fresh guys in there that obviously have played the game recently. They understand how the game's played these days, and that can, obviously transition and help them, guidance wherever he plays throughout there. So I think it's still just going to be another learning year for Hawthorn. I think they will, if they win 7 games, they're doing really, really well. I think they're going to struggle to get to that 7 win mark. So yeah, I think they'll probably be bottom 6. I can comfortably say that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Second last team, and it's pretty evident coming into his second season as coach. Ross Lyon in the off season really made his stamp after getting a good look at the Saints in 2023. So outs. Delisted Oscar Adams, Jack Bytel, Leo Connolly, Tom Highmore, Dan McKenzie, Jack Paris, all delisted. Traded Jack Billings to Melbourne, traded Nick Caulfield to Western Bulldogs, traded Jade Gresham to Essendon. So fair few outs. They picked up Riley Bonner in the preseason draft. Then they've got Paddy Dow they traded for from Carlton. Liam Henry from Fremantle, who's a handy little player. They picked him up. And then the rest are all draft picks. Collard, Garcia, Hasty, Connell, Wilson, Sean Maker. They are all rookies coming into this season. I think, personally, I think they're going to be good this year. They'll be better than last year. They played games where they had it won and then they gave it up. I think they'll start stringing together a bit more consistency in 2024. And I'm not a big fan of the Saints, but yeah, I've got to be objective about it all. So
look, yes, you do have to be objective, and you've got to have a look at Ross Lyon coming into a football club. Historically, when he comes in, there's a changing period, like a changing of the guard. Allows him to put his stamp, his philosophies, get the guys in and out that he think are going to gel with the team, and he gets results. He's proven that, right? He's proven that. 3 different clubs. 2 different clubs. Two. Right?
Well, he took both of them to grand finals.
Exactly, right? So, look, it'd be naive to think that the Saints couldn't potentially be better than they were last year. They missed out on the 8, Doma. Is that right? They didn't make the 8. They were right there, up and about, and early on in the season they were doing so well. and then they had that point where they fell off. So can they transition it this season and then, secure that 14, maybe 15 wins that you need to lock in a top 8 spot? They have the potential. But
they do.
I don't think it's going to be this season.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
I could
and
be
last
wrong.
but not least, of course,
wrong.
we got it. We ended last week's segment with the Bombers, and this week we're ending the segment with.
I've got to say one thing on the Bombers. We're going to see the best of Jake Stringer. For one reason and one reason only: contract year. You heard it here. Contract year. Jake Stringer. He's out of contract. He wants to get another 2-3 year deal. His last probably good payday of his whole career. We're gonna see the best of Jake Stringer. Apparently, he's lighting up the track. So I'll just talk it up. We'll see if the package can deliver this year. It's usually what he does. Historically, this is what he does. Contract year. He has his best.
It is.
Factual. Yeah. That's literally the proof has been in the pudding of what we've seen in the past. Like I just mentioned with Frostline, same thing with Jake Stringer and his contract year. It's just funny how this plays out, Tom. I love to watch it. And we see it in the NBA as well, right?
It happens all the time.
It happens all the time. Onto the
He's genuinely Otto Porter Jr., Jake Stringer. Plays well for a season, gets 60 mil. The worst contract of all time. Matty Tabe, welcome. Anyway, the North Melbourne Kangaroos. This is it for North. I'm hoping for progression. The outs, we had Aidan Bonner delisted. Ben Cunnington retired. Jacob Edwards delisted. Todd Goldstein to Essendon. Aaron Hall retired. Daniel Howe retired. Jack Marnie delisted. Ben Mackay, free agent to Essendon. Flynn Perez delisted. Phoenix Spicer delisted. Kane Turner delisted. Lockie Young delisted. And then Jay-Z, Jack Zeeble retired, grade 7 of the football club. And the same for Ben Cunnington. As you can tell, I didn't say that for Todd Goldstein because he went to Essendon. I wasn't happy about that. Ins, Will Dawson, Zane Dursma, the number 4 pick. A lot of eyes on him. Zach Fisher from Carlton got traded in. Hardiman, Goad, Maley, McKercher is lighting up the track, the number 2 pick. So all eyes on him. Bigoa Nuon from Richmond gets traded in. Toby Pink, free agent, and Dylan Stevens in from Sydney. We finished second last year, and I think we finish I'm going to say 14th is the highest we'll finish this year. 14th. Yeah.
How many
so
games?
The past,
Well, I'm going to get where's the ladder from last year?
That's how many games you going to win?
Oh, I've got to work it out. I've got to look at the ladder from last year and work out how many we're going to win to get us into 14th. I'll tell you how many we need to win.
Look,
14th is that's the as I just said, Source is the highest I think we can finish.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I think we're going to finish there.
You don't think you can make the 8?
No, I'm not 11, man. Come on.
There's belief out there.
Shut up. Who's believing that shit?
There's belief out there.
Magda, I swear to God, Magda, if you comment and you say we're making the 8, we're going to have problems, you and I. Don't you dare say that. Don't even speak that into existence. We won 3 games last year, all right? 3 games.
Clarko
we lost
was
20.
Clarko was out.
Clarko was out. You're telling me Clarko's fucking 9 games? He's going to win us 10 games, Clarko. He's not out there kicking the footy. He's not a 10-game swing. What do you think this is? He hasn't brought in bloody Luke Hodge in his prime and Sam Mitchell in his prime in the off-season and Lance Franklin and said, oh, here you go, guys. You're back in your prime. It's Hawthorn. We won 3 games last year to finish 14th. Source. We need to win 10 games.
Oh wow. Okay.
So can we win an extra? That's why I said it's the highest we can finish. The highest. I look at this list. We're better than West Coast, in my opinion. All right. We're better than Hawthorn. I think we can be better than Hawthorn. I think we can eclipse them this year. We're not better than Gold Coast. As I mentioned last week, we're not better than them. Are we better than Fremantle? Well, we beat them in Perth. So, and that was before Clarko was actually cooked. So, can we be better than them? Yeah, maybe. Are we better than Richmond? Yes.
Well, can I just break your bubble?
Are we better than Essendon? Yes.
A bookmaker has the line at 5.5 over under wins on the season.
Okay. I don't think we can win 10 games, to be honest. So at the moment, if it's based on
over under 5.5.
Source, I'll be honest with you. I thought 14th was being realistic. It's not realistic at all. So I take that back. So if we have to win, I think we win 8 games. So if that's the case, we'll finish 16th. So third last. Because 8 games. So 8th Source last year, 12 games. Dogs finished 9th on 12 wins. Then Adelaide, Essendon, 11 wins. Geelong, Richmond, Fremantle, 10 wins. They were 2 games out of the 8. And that's up into 14th position. So, yeah. I don't know. Well, I thought we finished 14th, but ladies and gents, upon looking at the stats, 16th, if you're lucky. Can we win 7 games? That's what you got to tell yourself. Hawthorn is 16th. They won 7 games. Can we win 7 games? That's all I'm saying. We're definitely not making final, Source, all right? Because I don't know where we're ripping this 10 extra wins from. Freaking, we got Houdini and bloody all these people. Chris Angel is going to make him appear. David Blaine, who are all working on the football staff, because it's not happening. You're deluded, North Melbourne fans, if you think we're winning 10 extra games. Well, as I always said about James Harden, Source, I'll say it about North Melbourne. If we're going to win 10 extra games, prove me wrong. That's all I got to say. And you know what? I'll happily be proved wrong, North, if you can win 12 games this year and make finals. Happily. So, anyway, that's all the teams sorted. Next week, we'll give our thoughts on where we think teams are going to finish. Now's the moment of truth, Source. This is the moment that everyone waits for every football season. Of course, it's cooked. And it's not loading because I had so many tabs on. I'm trying to refresh it. But Supercoach season is back.
It's back.
No, I want to wait. Come on. Load the page, man. It says it's not responsive. Like, come on. We got to get this. This happened last year. And then I just ended up cracking the shits and I just wrote the code in the chat. I think it's going to happen exactly the same as last year. There's stipulations this year, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fuck, it's not working. Exit page. We're done.
Just get it on your phone.
If, ladies and gentlemen, you win, you get a prize. If you lose this year, and losing is last. If you finish last, we haven't given out wooden spoons. We've never done that. But what we are doing this year is we're going to personally send you a box of lemons if you finish last. You're getting a personal
so don't
box
finish
of lemons.
last. Although if you like fish, then
don't finish last.
because you'll have plenty of lemons for your fish.
Yeah, we'll put some lemon water. You can use it for everything, mate. Make a lemon cake. You can use it for anything. Lemon biscuits. Give you ideas. So it's almost loaded.
Lemon tiramisu. It's very nice. Have you ever had a lemon?
There you go. Saucy's giving you ideas. Maybe you do want to finish. Maybe I want to finish last. I'll get a box of lemons.
Nah, you won't finish last. You can't do that. Not in your own league.
Oh, I made it. What did I make it to the prelims? Matt's card shop won it last year. So I'm trying to. Is this it? Double coverage 24. Bang. View league. It's going to come up on the side here. Come on. I can give you the code. This is just fucking. Their site's shit. I can give you the code. Anyway, fuck it. Let's go. I'm typing it in. I've had enough. We're just wasting too much time here. Ready? 1, 2, 3,
Type
4,
it in the
5,
comments
6.
Speak it out.
Bang. There it is. Hit enter. There's the code. Ladies and gentlemen, 679278. Someone share that to Matt's card shop because we actually need him in the league. Because you can't not have the reigning premier missing out. And I will boot someone if he's not in there. Here it is. There it is. In broad daylight's back. You might see the name of my other team when I show you my draft squad throughout the season. There you go. You've got it. For people listening at home, it's 679278. Done. Going. Gone. Saucy UFC. Over to you.
Yes, Doma, UFC. It was a big card over the weekend. It was Brandon Moreno against Royval, number 2. It was a cracking card. There was also some cracking underfights. But before we get to that, make sure you head over to www.rollclean.com.au and check out their wide variety of soaps and essential hygiene products, ranging from magnesium bath salts, boost balms, also the laundry powder. They have it all. This is the lemon twist. It smells absolutely amazing. You can use it for everything, mate. I got a bit of the hairy chest, Doma, in the shower. Lather it up on the hairy chest. You whack a bit on the nice bits where you want to line up the beard. Grab the razor, the nice fresh razor. Bang, works for shaving. It does it all. It does it all. Make sure you check them out. Use the code double coverage at checkout for 20% off your first order, ladies and gentlemen. That is rollclean.com.au. All right, Doma, we had UFC fight night, Moreno versus Royval. Brandon Royval gets the win over Moreno in the end on the split decision in the main event. He in my eyes, did more than enough. He was the underdog. He outpaced Moreno. He threw way more strikes than Moreno. He landed more than Moreno. So I feel like he done enough. Moreno he just didn't do enough in my eyes. So yeah, fair enough decision. It was a great fight, went the distance. And the second main event or the co-main event was Brandon Ortega against Yair Rodriguez. Brian Ortega, I should say, got the win in the third round with a submission. Dom, I'm not sure if you caught or seen this fight. It was an unbelievable 3 rounds of fighting. First round, Yair Rodriguez had Brian Ortega on the canvas. I thought it was going to be a first round finish. Like, he was just piecing him up. Brian Ortega's trying to get through. He's backing up. As he's backing up, just landing everything, then coming forward with a flourish of punches. Knocked down Ortega twice in the round. Ended up being on semi-mound, ground and pound, just punch after punch, getting through. Somehow Ortega's standing. He gets, he stands back up, then cops it again. He's got the stanky leg. Man, after round 1, his right eye was nearly swelled shut, Ortega, right? But where it changed was in the last 20 seconds of the round, Yair Rodriguez, this is where he made a mistake, Doma. He had him, right? And it was in those situations where, the guy ends up on his back and he's kicking with his feet, and Yair's trying to get on top of him and mount sort of thing. But what he should have done, he should have stepped back, forced the referee to lift him up to his feet because he was dazed. And once he had him on the feet, Brian Ortega was swaying left and right, he could have just pieced him up and bang, knocked him out like that. and then he goes to ground. When he goes to ground, try getting a few ones in. If he gets to that position where he's on his back like that, step back, get him back up to his feet, and go again. Because what happened in the last 30 seconds of the round, Yair Rodriguez was like sort of on top. Then Brian Ortega was able to grapple him. And then he noticed that during the grappling exchange, he's got a lot more power on the ground in the grappling. Second round comes, Brian Ortega, walks through a few punches of Yair Rodriguez, takes a few, and then goes for a takedown, gets the takedown, pretty much spends the rest of the round on the ground, submission attempts, ground and pound, actually landed some nasty elbows on Yair's forehead, actually split him open in that round. So won round 2 easily. And round 3, Ortega comes out and, once again, walks through the punches. Yair's obviously trying to keep the distance and not get taken down because his advantage is striking. Ortega nullifies that, takes him down, gets the choke, and submits him. So it will look 3 rounds, but it was just one of the greatest 3 rounds of fighting, and the comeback by Ortega in that fight, just unbelievable. Just unbelievable comeback. And yeah, it was a cracking fight. If you get a chance to watch that back, make sure you check it out. It was definitely, in my eyes, the fight of the night. And then you had Daniel Zuhuber defeating Francisco Prado with a decision over the 3 rounds in the lightweight division. And then the women's strawweight, you had Yasmin Yaruji defeating Sam Hughes with a unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. And then Manuel Torres defeating Chris Duncan with a submission in the first round in the lightweight division. I won't go through the prelims. Unfortunately, our boy Raul Rosas Jr. could not fight. He fell ill 24 hours before the fight, did everything, but he was literally violently ill. Obviously, didn't want to pull out, but in being in Mexico, in his home country, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to come up trumps and fight on the night, so we didn't get in to see him. There is a card this weekend, March the 3rd. It kicks off from 8 a.m., the main card. I'm guessing the prelim card would kick off from 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Rotsisku versus Gaziv in the heavyweight. That's the main event. And then the co-main event is a light heavyweight bout, which is Victor Petrion against Tyson Pedro, the Australian. So make sure you check it out, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend. There's also another Australian on the card, Steve Urchi against Matt Schnell in the flyweight. So check it out. There's a few Aussies on the card this weekend, and the main event is a heavyweight. So that's going to be action, and someone's going to get knocked out in the heavyweight division. Throwing them hammers. UFC for another week. Done, Doma.
Very nice. Welcome, Matty.
Actually, before we move on, I'm not sure if you caught, Doma, before we move on from MMA and mixed martial arts, there was the PFL versus Bellator over the weekend. So I just wanted to give this a bit of a shout. Look, awesome what they're doing. I can't say like I've gotten into Bellator, gotten into PFL, because I just don't know the access to watch it. Obviously, you can find it on the World Wide Web if you want to. But like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't seek it out. I would like to go and watch some of those fights, which I'm sure, there's ways to watch some of that stuff. But it's pretty cool what they're doing. It'll be interesting to see if Dana White and the UFC ever want to do anything as a cross promotion. I don't know if they ever will. I feel like he's going to always just be like UFC's number one. If you want to be the best, or you want to be known as one of the best, you got to come fight in the UFC. I feel like that's his attitude towards this. But nonetheless, congratulations to those two organizations, what they're doing and cross promotions.
I think it happens. I think it happens because, to expand on that, I don't know if you saw it, but John Jones and Francis Ngannou faced off at this event. They came face to face and they called each other out at this event, making it happen. So, and Francis Ngannou said, if it means I have to come and represent PFL fight in the UFC, I'll do that. And he's like, I want to make it happen. And John Jones is like, you want none of this? And he's like, no, I want all of it. I want to fight you. So they came face to face. He has to fight Anthony Joshua, and then he's scheduled to fight in the PFL. But who knows what's going to happen there? So they have to make that.
There we go.
Make that fight happen. So we will see what happens there. Perfect, Manny.
Welcome. You should be asleep. It's like
Well.
3 a.m., isn't it? Where you are? You're crazy. Let's get into Hobby Talk Source. First cab off the rank is this bad boy. Dropped today. Boom shakalaka. Tyson Beck. Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's the one I got. I got the point guard. I got the point guard one, but I got the gold foil. That's the blue foil. But still,
you can probably see it out, up there. There it is up there.
Yeah. He's knocked him out of the park. If you want to see the cards, obviously head over to Tyson Beck's website. I think it's tysonbeck.com or shop.tysonbeck.com. You can see the cards there. Absolute fire. Knocked it out of the park. Once again, Doma, undefeated. When I actually want to get an auto, it was quite funny when I got the Volk drop because, I did well. I got some low numbers and some other ones and was obviously happy with my purchases, gloating a little bit, I shall say, in the collectors club saying, got to be fast, lads. And one guy goes, oh, did you get a Curry auto? Were you fast enough to get one of those? And I commented back going, nah, mate, why would I waste my time? I don't collect Curry, right? And it's true. I don't collect Curry. So why am I going to spend all that money on Curry cards when I have no interest? Would I buy a Curry card to, flip for profit? Yeah, but that's not why I buy Tyson Beck's cards. I buy them because I like the art. It's unique art. I like to support Tyson because he's such a gentleman in the hobby. He cares about his collectors. If you listen to him, and he's had things go wrong, and he always tries to do right by people who support him and collect his stuff. And he makes some of the best designs. You can't tell me Panini's coming up with anything half as decent as these designs that are on these Halliburton cards. It's not even in the same, it feels like it's not even in the same industry, the trading card making business, but they are. And you got one guy who's, absolutely killing it with his designs, and Panini who's just rehashing and using the same designs over and over and over and over and over again. So, look, and mind you, the price point, I think I paid 330 Australian for my variation. I think it's numbered to 29 or 25. I can't remember exactly.
That's pretty good.
So not too bad at all. Yeah.
Magda says Tyson Beck is the card creator GOAT from Australia. He's all over it at the moment. He's absolutely killing it. So well done, Tyson. Once again, knocked it out of the park. Next one. Prism missing autos. Did you just want to touch on this source?
I will touch on it quickly. I won't go too much in depth with it. I'll just obviously share my screen for a second so you guys can see. Obviously, go watch Dan the Cardman's video, Missing Autos in Panini Prism Basketball. He pretty much goes on to say in that, obviously, the new 23-24 Prism Basketball release, hobby release, it says on the box, on average, 2 autos on average per box. People are watching breakers open cases where I believe there's 12 cases in the box and you got 4 or 5 boxes within that case. None of them having an auto. So like in essence, 5 boxes out of the 12 in the case not having an auto. So if it's 2 autos on average per box, that's really not proven to be fact. And it's happened a number of times. You do have on the other spectrum, other boxes having 3 to 4 autos in the one box. So we are seeing that. So we don't know whether it's a mistake or whether it's Panini's quality control, like if it's meant to be like that, or it's Panini's quality control that it's this way. But it's just pretty average because, if you go look around, it's 1,300 Australian dollars, about 800, 900 USD for a box of this stuff. Yeah. Like you're spending $1,000 for this stuff, and you're not guaranteed an auto. You could get a box with no auto. And what makes it sad is you got like breakers and people out there defending this shit, saying, oh, but people buy Prism for the parallels. You buy Prism as part of the product, the parallels, but also the autos. And do we forget, Doma, Do we forget? Prism used to have on-card autos back in the day when it used to be a banger product and value for money, when it used to be $200 a box and it used to have on-card autos in it, ladies and gentlemen. And there wasn't a 68-card rainbow chase in it too.
It's not great.
Just be careful, ladies and gentlemen. All I'm saying, be careful. This next run of products, there's no Wemby autos in Panini stuff. There's no Scoot Henderson autos. Brandon Miller's not even in the product. You know, there's 3 of the best guys that you can collect as rookies that don't have autos in the product. You know what I mean? Like, just be careful. Like, this, it's diluted. You know, they don't have as many good vets in there and everything. Like, and they're still charging this crazy price tag. It's just, it baffles me. Like, the product is so diluted and it's still got this hefty price tag. I'm baffled. I'm actually baffled. How is this the case? How is it the case?
I don't know, Sauce.
Do your research once again. Do your research.
The QC as well. Dan talks about it.
Is horrendous.
Oh my gosh, it is horrific. The QC in the product. Magda says Panini watering down the products. Prism has always been poo. And Cardale asked a question to us. What are your guys' opinion about real scarcity versus created scarcity in cards? Every year there will be 25 sets with it to 5 to 15 to 25 to 50. How much value do these really have? They don't really have the value anymore. You got to go look at the products that when it was the set was numbered to 5, it was genuinely like that was the set. It's like this day and age to actually go get a modern day player like you want to collect Wemby and get short printed Wemby stuff. Like it's just mass produced now.
You've got like the hobby, you got the true hobby gold to 10. You got the shimmer photo shimmer to 10. You got the disco to 10 gold. You've got the what other gold variants that they pop out with, like
shimmer, disco.
You go across all the products, and then it ends up being like
gold.
50 different to 10, 50 cards worth, 5 different to 10s across different sort of gold variants in subsets of the set. Like it's just fried. So like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense what they're doing with it. And to me, it is, I mean, I feel like it's just a way to fill in that they need to print to a higher demand. So obviously they need to have more cards in there and more chases and things like that. And yeah, when he talks about, it's funny when you, Vincent, when you talk about like, real scarcity versus created scarcity. I mean, created scarcity, I'll tell you what that is. That's fucking grading, mate. Created scarcity is grading. That's what that is. Yeah. Grading cards is created scarcity. Right there. You don't know whether that card's been used. Old mate Kurt's got a hold of that card with his special, waxy lubricant that he whacks on the top of it.
It's pretty good by Matty Tabe. My Luca PC, not one Prism card.
Overrated. I know he loves his Court Kings, Matty.
Magda says the Wemby base and silver hollow rookies will be worth donuts in a couple of months. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen, Like,
and then he probably printed 50,000 silver Wemby rookies. Yep.
I think that's their plan. They understand, like, it's the only year he's going to be able to have the RC. People want to chase that RC. They're going to milk the F out of it. Obviously, they're still going to be able to create patch cards, so there's going to be the opportunity for people to get patch cards for Flawless because they'd still have the rights to be able to get some game-worn material because that's not to do with exactly Wemby. I think they would still be able to get some patches. I don't think they can get his autograph because I think that's more of an deal that they have with the NBA. So they might be able to get some jerseys. And even that, who knows? If they have the rights and they can't get the jerseys, but they can put him in there, but they don't want to give it to him, who cares? Let's just cut up another jersey, put it in there and say it was game worn. You won't know any difference. That's probably what they'll fucking do, right? So, yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't even know. Like it's you got to think, man. You got to think. Do you want to be blowing so much money on something where they're really not putting in the amount of effort that you're paying for that product? Like, You know, you're paying that type of money. You expect the quality. You expect, you know, the time, the due diligence to be put into that product for it to be the best it can possibly be, so that, you know, whoever's collecting that card, whoever's getting that card at the end is going to be satisfied that, you know, when they say on the back of the card it's game worn, when they, you know, it is. It's not just a random jersey that they pick off the shelf.
Vincent said 2021 1/1 patch order ungraded. This is a Lewandowski. Went for 2.8K. His true rookie from 2008 went for $300 in a PSA 9. Firstly, it's because it is a mem auto card, even that you know it's ungraded. The true rookie card is going to be mass produced, and people are then going to turn around and say, mate, there could be 400 1/1 Lewandowskis, but because the fact that they see 1/1, that's why it's selling for that much. And if you genuinely think there's more value in that true rookie, then that's probably the steal. The bargain's right there for you. Just people just don't get it yet. And eventually, you know what it's like. They come around to that stuff and then they boost the price of it in 2 years' time because they finally realize, oh, actually, this is what I should have been. Oh, his true rookie's a sticker. That's the other thing too. Sticker over card. It's a hard one. I don't know. In essence, like, stickers are the more popular thing for soccer, and really when it comes to true rookie than cards, because
that's the older way of thinking. I think now with the new wave of people coming in and
the new wave see the 1/1 and we saw that with the World Cup sticker set, how they put the variants in the stickers deliberately, like short print stickers.
Yeah,
like the black ones. They did that deliberately because they were trying to bank off of the fact of what the cards were doing. So collectors then go, oh, why would I collect say it was Messi's World Cup rookie year? They're like, well, why would I collect his true rookie is that sticker card, but you want the black variation because that's the rarer one. The other thing's mass produced. That's the way they look at it. If that makes sense. Like, that's just the way of thinking now. It's not like how it used to be where it was just the stickers are there. And not for anything, you look at the graded sticker and there's probably like thousands of them in creation. But like you said, realistically, it's numbered to 191. That's the way I look at it because that's the graded total.
And there's always this weird thing about stickers, you know, with the whole scandal about obviously the fake Ronaldo, Messi stickers that are going about, and you know, people have this weariness about them, how easy they are to actually obviously reprint and, you know, slip them through some of the grading companies, and it just makes this whole thing just bizarre in certain circumstances when it comes to stickers. And I feel like the new people coming in prefer the card over the sticker, and if there's an option with nowadays to have that card over the sticker, people will always choose the card. But in that case with the Lewandowski, it does seem, you know, it seems interesting that, you know, something that with that rarity order. Total graded is, you know, that cheap in terms of his rookie sticker. But once again, you know, it's hard to sometimes you can't explain the price discrepancies in certain things in this hobby. Like it just sometimes makes no sense. And yeah, it just has to be accepted that way. And you see that 1/1s do also always fetch a heavy price. And always when someone's selling a 1/1, they are asking a pretty hefty price. So, yeah.
Maddie says, gold packs today, lads. Not a lot of stick. Maddie, we've ripped them 2 episodes ago, bro.
2 episodes,
we did it live on the show.
I think
Saucy beat me. Saucy beat me in the pack battle. Maddie Cam said, just remember your 1/1 sticker auto was on a sheet of stickers signed at the same time. So is it truly a 1/1 auto?
That's what I got, right? In the end, TJ Leaf.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you beat me out with that. The Cornerstones is a sick card.
That was a nice card.
That's it on that front. Let's move into Magda's seen the script, mate. Vincent says, I just think the hobby always puts so much focus on rookies, then go put such a premium prime tag on a 13-year-old card.
That's just the way they do it, man. They just, yeah.
Yeah, but also I understand what you're saying.
Don't want a dual sigs of us. Oh.
I understand what you're saying, Vincent, in terms of it being a 13-year-old card. But if you just go look at like NBA and have a look at like what sort of certain prices of certain cards are doing with just guys that aren't even that good, but they're fetching that sort of price, or they're pretty good, and their 3rd-year auto numbered to 25 still fetches like $500-$600, right? So you see it, and then you can imagine if there was a 1-of-1 of that card. So I'm not surprised that it does even in the football soccer space, that you see that demand on prices on those short print cards, because it happens in other other areas as well, so on other sports. So yeah, look, I'm not surprised, but I can't explain it to you. I don't have a reasonable explanation for it to you. It's just what someone's willing to pay for that 1-of-1 short print. And yeah, I feel like if Lewandowski's actual autos, like when you have a look at like what like I've got like a I think it's a select or it's one of the Euro, his Poland autos, mate. That's only goes for like $100, right? And then even some of his other autos, they don't go for that much. His sticker ones, maybe his on card stuff, maybe go for a bit more. But yeah, it also depends on the player.
Definitely. All right, so let's move on. And Magda did say, he said, have you seen the new Select Footy Stars? Yes, we have got it. Saucy's got it ready. He said, thoughts on the price rise? So Saucy's going to go and bring it up.
Yeah, I will bring it up. I did. So here it is. This is the little walkthrough of the hobby pack. So there's 2 different variants, Tom. I'm not 2 different things you can buy. You can buy the
Was that the same as last year? They did that too?
I think I've got it here. I'll go to, this is on the Select website, so I'll go through and have a look.
We love Select.
So you've got the hobby pack, you've got the starter pack, which is what you can buy. You can also got the Footy Stars box, which is just the standard $142.50 for a box.
So it's gone up how much from last year? $20, $22?
I think, well, I'm not exactly sure.
Is it $32? Was it $110 last year?
I think it's gone up a bit because look here, the 2002
there you go.
jumbo box, that was 2002 was 105 or 110.
$37.
So I reckon it's gone up a solid $20. So it is a bit of a hefty increase. And then the hobby box is 170. But this is what you want to get, because I feel like the hobby box, there's a bit of a difference.
The folder looks good this year, mate. The folder looks sick. The black and gold.
The black folder. We'll have to get one. I always buy a couple of those. I always buy like 2 or 3 of them every year.
Just all lined up here on my bloody thing.
Yeah, hey, look, anyone who's looking for like a good solid folder to hold your singles, obviously it doesn't fit top loaders, it just fits in a card sleeve, mate. They are the leather on it, it's just really nice. And $25, you get 2 packs of Footy Stars as well, so it's worth it to buy some of these folders when they come out every year.
I'm keen to explore this checklist to see why it's gone up $30.
Right, so here's the hobby box. Each box contains 18 packs with 18 packs of cards. Each pack contains 2 luminous 55-point thickness on the luminous cards, right? So that's 170 a box. Let's go back. Let's have a look at the start.
Footy Stars. We got autos in this yet? Surely there's autos.
Yeah, there is. Each box contains 36 packs. Each pack contains 9 cards, including a luminous card, which I think the luminous cards maybe aren't 55-point thick because they haven't specified that yet.
Okay.
Right. So here's the hobby. Here's what we're looking at, Doma. This is the hobby pack. So you've got the club, you've got the base, 2 base, you've got the milestone card, which is the bronze 100 gamer, 150 gamer, gold 200 gamer, platinum 250 gamer. That's 1 in every 9 packs. You got the club royalty, which is 1 in every 18 packs. The future force, 1 in every 9 packs. The ignite gold, 1 in every 18 packs. The Brownlow predictor platinum, 1 in every 72 packs. The Coleman medal predictor, 1 in every 144 packs. The 2024 premiership predictor platinum, 1 in every 144 packs. The Rising Star predictor, 1 in 144 packs. The Absolute, which in my eyes looks cracker. If you have a look at that, Toro, it's a very, very nice card. That's just
Yep.
the Absolute Black. That's the classic black version of the Absolute card set, numbered to 40. It is numbered to 40.
And then
And that is 1 in every 216 packs. So that's obviously a nice chase for something that isn't ordered. And then they got the Absolute Black Sig, which is 1 in every 216 packs. You got the signature card, and then you got the instant win card, which is 1 in every 1,728 packs. Jeez, it must be something.
What's that get you? Does it tell you there in the fine print what it gets you?
The stunning card always delivers some of the most sought after prizes. Well, last year they were giving away free boxes and a bunch of other stuff, so it was actually really good, the instant win prizes. So nice. Yeah, make sure. 1 in every 1,728 packs, so it must be.
You better hope it's something good.
Then here you have the Luminous. Here's what the Luminous look like. There you go. There's different there's lower levels, higher levels of Luminous, numbered to 299, numbered to 299 here, numbered to 599, the Luminous Thunderbolt. And then you got a couple more Luminous. You got the Luminous Superstars, 1 in every 200 packs, numbered to 199. The Luminous Myrid Base, which is 1 in every 864 packs, and that's numbered to 99. And then you got the Luminous Myrid Signature Redemption, which is 1 in every 1,728 packs.
I think they are in both Magda the Luminous, but as Saucy said, the thicker variation is in the hobby, but you wouldn't be able to get all the other variations.
Right.
Look at the Luminous. Look at the Luminous bloody binder that they got. It's ripping shit out everywhere this year, Select.
Beautiful. Very nice. I'll definitely be trying to get a box or two of this.
But I do agree with this comment from Magda, though, Source. He said it's meant to be an entry-level product, and they have inflated the price with no reason. It's pretty similar to what they had last year.
Well, yeah, it is pretty similar, and we'll go through in here and have a look here where we can have a look at the signatures. We don't worry about all the other stuff. If you want to check,
I understand the hobby stuff. That's fine. You want to have a more expensive box, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care about the hobby stuff.
So
that's hobby.
I've let you know the price points. This is all the hobby, right? So if you want to find this checklist, head over to you can head over to Select and you can find the checklist on their website and open the PDF yourself. But here we go. This is what we want to know, right? So the black signature, right? So we've got the Absolute and the black Absolute and then the Absolute black signature. It's both the same. So if they've got an auto, they also have the standard Absolute, which is numbered to 40. So here it is. It's Isaac Rankine, Cam Rayner, Jack Martin, B Hill I think it's Bradley Hill.
Yeah.
Nick Martin.
No, that's Bobby. That's Bobby Hill.
Is that Bobby Hill?
That's a good auto.
All right. Nick Martin from Essendon, James Amos, Ollie Henry, T Bedford. I have no idea. Tom Bedford, I think it is.
Toby Bedford, isn't it? I think.
B Humphrey, Lukey Bruce, Keziah Pickett, Cam Zerha, Willie Rioli, Liam Baker, Mitch Owens, Tommy Papley, Liam Ryan, and Cody Waitman. So I wouldn't say some
decent guys there.
Absolute bangers there.
Yeah.
Some decent guys. And then let's go down to obviously here we go. The other SIG situation. We'll have a look at the Myrid as well. So I'll just go through that. I'll just have a look. So the Myrid, which is numbered to 99. You've obviously some notable names. I'll say you got Josh Dunkley, your Lockie Neal Cripps, Curnow, Charlie Curnow, Nick Dacos, Darcy Moore, Zachy Merritt, Jeremy Cameron, Tommy Stewart. Who else is in there?
That's pretty good.
Ben King, James Sicily, Petrarca, Aldi Su is in there. The Suvlaki is in there.
Oh.
Zach Butters, Rosie. I'll tell you what, this number to 99 is absolutely packed. You got Tim Taranto, Dustin Martin, once again, Jack Steele, Lukey Parker, Oscar Allen, Tim Kelly, Bontempelli, Hugo Hagen in there, absolutely packed. All right, the Luminous Myriad Signature. This is, you have Taylor Walker, Josh Dunkley, Paddy Cripps, Darcy Moore, Kyle Langford, Luke Jackson, Jeremy Cameron, Toby Green, Josh Lukosius, James Sicily, Max Gorn, Nick Savlaki, Zach Butters, Tim Taranto, Mitch Owens, Eric Goulden, Tim
Errol
Kelly.
Goulden.
Yeah,
that's
Errol
a bloody
Goulden,
ripper.
Errol Goulden, and Jamal Ugle Hagen in there as the auto. Pretty good, actually, I'll say. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah,
now, I don't know. I don't know what's the difference, but there's the checklist for the other one.
What's that? Go up to the top. Go right to the top. What is that shit?
Yeah,
mascots are back. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Hey, you know what? That's better than the other one, the big head.
That should reduce. That should reduce the price by another $30.
But I'm with you, Magna. I am with you. I'm with you on the price point situation.
I don't see why.
I don't see why they have all of a sudden now increased. Oh, I'll tell you what, that Ignite looks good. There you go.
The Ignite looks good. The hobby's got good inserts.
There you go. That's
the other one. That's got inserts too.
That's the retail.
Retail's got it. Yeah.
So it's a bit different. It doesn't have the Ignite here is like this Ignite Gold, and the retail is like an Ignite Rainbow. So there's a few little slight differences between this, but mate, I think on the checklist it's showing that you can still get signatures in the standard box for $142.50. So you still have the chance to get the SIG in the standard box at $142.50, what I'm understanding, because this is the retail checklist, and the signatures are still on the retail checklist. So, you know, there's a little bit of difference between the
when's it released? Is it open now?
It releases on 7 p.m. on March the 3rd. That's this Sunday, 7 p.m. Australian Daylight Time. Make sure you're on Select. Make sure you're logged in. Make sure you've got if you're going for the hobby box one, because I feel like more people will go for that because I think there's a little bit more value in it. I don't really know. I feel like that's what they're trying to do, sucker in people to buy that. From my understanding, and I'd like to get some clarification, if anyone knows, from my understanding, you can still hit the SIGs in the standard.
Yeah, they can. You can.
Right? So,
it's an absolute auto. It's an absolute auto in the retail.
If you missed out on the hobby box, don't worry about it.
Still get it.
I don't think it will sell out. And look, mate, these are in. If you go to your local AFL store, they'll have boxes of. They don't get the hobby one, so that's what I'm saying. If you want the hobby one, you got to buy it from the site because they don't find their way to the AFL stores and the newsagents. Just the retail variant finds its way there. So obviously, if you want the hobby box this weekend, 7 p.m. Sunday night, Australian Eastern Daylight Time to buy the hobby box. The other retail, man, you'll be able to find it at
they've been pretty good
and a bunch of other places.
Yeah, local card shops, RGV in Cherry. Yep, definitely. But I'm telling you, Source, this is a big year for Select.
Big year, you reckon?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna show you why I think it is a big year, to be honest. Select Australia, because based on the price hike, and having a look at it, we've always given him big praise. I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm not going to give him praise for once. It's a big year for them for the fact that I think they've missed twice in the last 6 months, in my opinion. So that's my personal opinion. They missed massively, and I don't want people in this hobby saying it was amazing, it was this, it was that, and trying to suck them off. I'm being serious. Don't give me that shit, because AFL Gem was probably the biggest poo product of all time that Select released last year. You got sucked in with a freaking plastic diamond in the card, mate. Just don't even go there. I don't care it's green, red, blue, rainbow. I don't care what it is, mate. It was a rubbish product. That was a massive miss. That's their first miss, and now the price hike is the second miss. Legacy was great. They had Supremacy rookies. That is what it is. But their main releases last year were Footy Stars,
Legacy
Gem.
was good.
Yeah, but they released Footy Stars, Gem, and Legacy, and they missed on Gem. Legacy was really good. And they've started off, in my opinion, not on the greatest in terms of the price hike. I know some people might say it's insignificant, don't worry about it, this and that. And it's like, yeah, but it's $37. And like Magda said, it was an entry product. So I know there's autos, raise the price a bit, but we'll see how they go. I'm hoping all goes well for them. But yeah, their second release product is going to be a big test. All right, Sauce.
Doma, I'm not sure if you've seen, but this is a little quick news and one that I just came across quickly before we go anywhere. Someone on Instagram said, I think it's your mate, Vasily, all about them Live Golf cards. And I've just done a quick Google search. Mate, I'm not sure if you're aware, Panini has signed a deal with Live Golf. There you go, Matty Tabe, to bring you exclusive multi-year trading card partnership. So more years of Panini in the trading card industry. It's got another license with Live Golf.
I'm going to make a joke, don't you?
I believe you can apparently they say it says in this article that this is on the official Live Golf website, livegolf.com. I'm guessing that's their official website. That you can pre-order on Panini's website, which I'm trying to find whether you can. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's their Panini's somehow managed to squeak a license. Unbelievable.
You do realize what the product is?
What?
It's impeccable Live. So just remember, if you don't get the redemption of your golfer, they'll send you a Cristiano Ronaldo order at 25 as a replacement. Jason said he's got two boxes coming.
There you go. 2 packs.
That's good. 2 packs coming.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Like it.
There you go.
Who'd you buy them through? Who'd you buy them through, Jason?
Just report that news.
So also, I'm going to throw it back to you because you're going to talk about the Melbourne Card Fair, mate, before we finish up.
Yeah, before we finish up, I created a video. It is in the process of being edited. It will be edited, released this Saturday. Obviously, get the pod a bit of a chance for people to listen to the pod and stuff. So I'll look to release it this Saturday. So look out for that. So I won't talk into it too much on what I bought and everything because that's all going to be in the video, the deals I did, and a bit of a fun video. I hope you enjoy it when I finally do get it out there. But yeah, it was a good show. It was really, really good. It was a banger show. And yeah, it was so busy when I rocked up. I rocked up like 10:30, which was half an hour after the early birds 9 to 10, and then I rocked up 10:30. Man, it was so busy. I actually walked in and I was like, man, there's too many people in here. I walked straight up to the trading area. And that was a wise idea because there was an aircon up there and I put the aircon down to 10 degrees. So it made it nice and cool in that part of the building. And I just laid my case out and was just doing some wheeling and dealing with people, made some trades, made a nice sale as well. So you'll see all that in the vlog that I created. But yeah, it was a cracker show. And obviously, once again, congratulations to Shane, who organizes these. Thank you very much for obviously, going through the effort to organize them. I think it's always a really good success, that North Melbourne one. It'll be interesting to see if he does move venue. I know he does it sometimes at Melbourne to give the other people on the other side of town maybe. It'll be interesting to see if he can go somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, really, really good. There is some other shows coming up as well. I'm sure Shane will organize another one as the Melbourne Card Fair. But there is another one coming up. I can't remember the exact dates, but when I find it,
Melbourne Toy Fair, is it the Toy Fair one?
Yeah,
Melbourne Card and Toy Fair.
There's another one, Melbourne Card and Toy Fair, which is in Darebin. I believe is in 2 weeks' time, not this weekend, next weekend. So we'll obviously give that a shout out on the show. But I believe that is, if you look it up on Facebook, it's Melbourne Card and Toy Fair. I'm not going to look it up now because I don't want to be on here forever. But when we find the details, I'll bring it to you next week, 100% exactly what it is. So it's not this weekend coming. Next weekend, there is a show. I think it's on Sunday. It's in Darebin. So, there's that one. And then there's also going to be another one, I think, organized by a new group of people who are having their first crack, who say they're going to have Warwick Kappa down there and some other AFL player down there. and I can't remember exactly, but we'll find that one and obviously start giving that a bit of a shout out, if you want to buy a ticket and head to that event. So there is more. The shows are back on the cards. Obviously, once again, if we can go and get to as many shows as we can, we will. I'm always keen to, get to them. So just depending on whether commitments and other things that we have on, we can make it. But or else, it was a successful show. A lot of people enjoyed it. You had a few people, setting up for the first time that said it was good. And then, just the overall, I feel like he's got everything, going well, clicking along with that show. There is still, the old timers there with their old school AFL vintage. And, you're only going to see that at a Melbourne card fair, like it's not the standard. When it comes to the hobby hangout, when you have that big event of the hobby hangout, you don't see too many of those guys. There's usually like one or maybe two of them in the whole venue. Even, there was like pretty much there was a whole row, one side of one row, which was all old school vintage stuff, which is interesting to look at if you know what you're looking at. But, it passes me by a lot of that stuff. But hey, if you know what you're looking at, there are some cracker vintage cards in the AFL space that are doing crazy numbers on eBay, more than you'd think that they're doing. So, if you want to educate yourself in that area of the hobby, Melbourne Card Fair is definitely the place to come and maybe find yourself some of those cards. But credit to Shane and Melbourne Card Fair, done it again. And look out for the vlog to come out this Saturday.
Very nice. Well done, Saucy. And to finish up on the show, about 4 months ago, I think it was 4 months, maybe a bit even longer, in the lead up to the ASC show that Dan, the card man, went to over in Macau, a company called Card Hobby Technology Incorporated ran a giveaway. Dan, the card man, tagged us in this giveaway, and we're like, well, we'll have a crack.
So it was for Dan. Credit to Dan, because we wouldn't
credit to Dan. I'm going to give Dan the credit. Dan was pretty shattered when he found out that we'd actually won it. He put us onto the giveaway, and we actually won it. So they're trying to work out the prize. Something happened, but they have worked it out. They've been great to deal with. They've been awesome. We've been super patient, and funnily enough, when in this day and age are we two lemons going to rock up on our show and say, we've got a case of something to rip? They've sent us a case of a product, not a box. It was meant to be originally a hobby box or something, but they couldn't access that. So they said, you know what? We feel real bad about it. So we're going to send you a case. So they've sent us a case. I've got it here, Source. Yes, I have a case in my possession. It's actually in my possession. And it has it's got officially licensed, mass-produced, official Panini sticky tape on it. Mass-produced. Hundreds of thousands of meters.
Get the heat gun. Take it off carefully because we're going to reseal it up.
Yeah, well, I'll call up Juanito and we'll get some resealing going. I kept the bubble wrap with the label. So they have sent us They've sent us a 2021 basketball. So that's Ant-Man, Halliburton, LaMelo Ball rookie year. So hopefully we can hit something. Mosaic Team All basketball. So very nice of them. There it is. There's the case. There is the tape, Saucy. So thank you very much to them. We'll do a video and we'll rip this. Hopefully we get something. We'll do some research on the checklist, what we can and can't hit anyway. So then when we do this video, we can give you a bit of an update on what we're looking to chase. So thank you to them. Stay tuned as well for that video to come out eventually at some stage. But yes, we do have a case in our possession. I can't believe that we're saying that. We have a case, Source.
This might be the one and only time that we rip a case on this channel.
This could be the one and only time where we've bagged the shit out of buying product that we actually hit something, but it's for free and we haven't spent a cent and we actually hit something. How bad would that look based on what we said? Well, it actually works out good. You don't pay for something, you get the hit, or you pay $1,000 and you get jack shit. So thank you to Card Hobby Technology. We really do appreciate it. We'll do a bit of a video and we'll get some templates sorted as well. So we'll get your graphics up. So thanks for that. And on that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. Thanks to everyone for joining. The Super Coach If you've listened this far, you've got the Supercoach code. If you just come to the end to say that you listened to the podcast and it just ticks off as a played on your Spotify, the Supercoach code is midway through this podcast. So go back and have a listen. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. Peace. G.I. Joe for sure, baby.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Peace out, ladies and gents.
G.I. Joe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking Old Spots. Double curve.